Hello, my friends. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I've got to see that I'm quite a little bit, just a little bit in the camera. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. My name is Angela, and I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for Dixie Bell over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Welcome. So when you join me, just let me know where you were watching from and say hi to me. And I'm not seeing, okay, now I'm seeing comments. That's great. Hi, Linda. Hi again. Hi, Nina. Hi, Michelle. Oh, lovely. You're all there. That's great. Hi, Yvonne. Good to see you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've got to have a sip of coffee first. Sorry. So as always, Thursday evenings, I'm on the Talking 101 page. Hi, Olga. Hi to Florida. I'd love to be in Florida now. I bet the weather is much nicer than over here. We had snow and stuff like that. So this is not my weather. So, guys, for the US, it's very exciting times at the moment because I think the Elite retailers, they just received their Silk all-in-one mineral paints. So you'll be able to get those in the US now also. So that's great. By now, it was only available in Australia and in Europe. So now you can all buy it in the US also. So I've got tonight, I have picked up on the curbside. This like Instagram, I'm going to move you over so you can see what we are talking about. So this little hanging shelf for the kitchen, I thought it looks quite cute. It was like completely dirty. It was yuck. I know that this was, well, okay, so I've cleaned it nicely. So, but this is also a heavy bleeder. So this is perfect for the Silk all-in-one mineral paints because the nice thing about them is that they have a built-in base coat, which also stops bleed through. So this is what I'm going to use on that one. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use colors which are not really my colors. So guys, I let you choose. Hi, Anja. There will be some roses on there at the end. We're not going to do those tonight. There are going to be some roses on there. So this is not, this is just not really me, but sometimes you have to do just something a little different. So that's what I thought. Okay. You choose which colors I'm going to use. I want to mix them a little. I'm definitely going to use the Hampton Olive to age like the edges a little bit. And I'm not quite sure. I'm probably going to put as a base the Serenity or the Harbor. I think the Serenity is going to go nicer with it. So, but you decide, you just let me know if you want to see the Serenity or if you want to see the Harbor. The Harbor we've used before, so I think we should take the Serenity. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Serenity is a little bit like the vintage duck egg. So I think I'm going to use that. Nobody decides. I may put like a little dash of the conch on there also. Guys, talk to me, please. So, are you listening to me? I need your advice. Which color do you want to see? Serenity. Great. Thank you, Anja. Somebody. Okay. So we're going to put on the Serenity. I need my stir stick. Hang on. I knew I've forgotten something. So I need my stir stick. Serenity is like almost blue also. It's like this color, vintage duck eggy blue. Serenity. Okay, Serenity. Good. All right, Serenity 1. So we're going to use Serenity, but I'm going to mix the colors up beforehand to make sure I'm good to go. So open. I hope I get that jar open. This was on the Sorry, neighbors. Okay, let's open. So they are basically similar to the, Greta also says, okay, Serenity definitely won. And they are from the, they are also VOC free. They are water based, they are VOC free, so they've got no smell to them whatsoever. You know, those are the great benefits of the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle, and all those benefits the Silk all-in-one mineral paints also have. So this is the great thing about it. They are a little different to the nothing happened, just throwing things again, so you know me. This is Chaos Painting with Angela. Okay, Hampton Olive. I like Hampton Olive because this is like real olivey color. So I'm just going to get that in there. That way. So you mix them up beforehand nicely also, just like the chalk mineral paints, you know. They are from the consistency a little different. They are a little more runny, but they cover just as nicely as the chalk mineral paints. And hello, Ushi. Crashing is, you know, that's the usually happening, you know, when I'm painting. So guys, if you have any questions, put it in the comments. Whatever you want to ask, I will try to answer that if it's on and off topic. Whatever you would like to know. So beautiful color. I like the Hampton Olive. But I think this is going to go nicely at the end with the roses I have planned on there. And this piece is so worn out. I mean, you can see, but it's got like, you know, I like this this shaping and stuff like that. Hallo liebe Becky, schön, dass du wieder dabei bist. So that's mixed, and the Serenity, if you want to compare it to the chalk mineral paints, the Serenity is like vintage duck egg. So the difference also is that the chalk mineral paints, when they dry, they stay basically the same color like they are when you see them in the jar when they are wet. The Silk all-in-one mineral paints, you have to keep in mind that they dry a little darker than they are in the jar. So this is also a little different. They are also VOC free. I already mentioned that. They are mold resistant, they are grease resistant, they are water resistant, they are stain resistant, you know, they are something I missed, and they are UV resistant. So they are great paints. You like the olive color, Linda? I do also. They are UV resistant, which makes them a great paint for outdoors also. You know, this I think this was basically I think this was basically missing with the Dixie Belle paints by now. Uschi, die Farben sind wasserabweisend, die sind schimmelabweisend, die haben einen Sperrgrund integriert, die sind und vor allen Dingen sind sie UV-resistent. Das heißt also auch für draußen, dass sie nicht verblassen. Sorry guys, I have one of my German people on here and she just asked, you know, about the benefits of those paints. So I have to jump a little bit back and forth. Okay, I've got my mini brush to apply that for now. I think I'll be fine even with those details. Mini brush, believe me, that's one. It's, as you can see, heavily used. So also the difference to the chalk mineral paints is that you should use them without water. Obviously, they have a certain consistency, and they have a certain mixture of ingredients. And if you add water to it, you will compromise those benefits, you know. So this is the reason you shouldn't use water with it. If you don't care for the benefits, obviously you can blend them also with water and stuff like that, you know. But if you want to keep the benefits of the paint, don't use water. So I'm working with a dry brush, drinking coffee. So I'm working with a dry brush. I'm dipping it in. They are just as, they've got basically just the same coverage as the chalk mineral paints. So Instagram, I'm going to move you over. You can see the project a little more, and you don't need to see me. So that's it. Let's get going. Can you see? Yeah. So I'm just going to apply that on here. So just a little paint. And this is a very pretty color. This is a very pretty color, I think. So it's there. And they go on very, very smooth. They dry, you know, they dry just as quick as the chalk mineral paints, but you have a little longer open time to work with it, you know, when you apply it. But they also dry very, very fast. So you can, you know, basically after an hour or 2 hours, always depending on the obviously room temperature and humidity where you're working at. So, but and they go on very, very smooth. The finish is a little satiny finish. It's not shiny, but it's not dull, or it's not flat like the chalk paints. So chalk mineral paint, sorry. Can we like the olive? Oh, can you like the olive? The olive is going to age the edges a little bit. I'm going to mix it a little on the edges, but I'm first going to put like a base on here. You can already see that piece transforming, can't you? I always say I always find it amazing what a little paint is doing to a piece of wood, of furniture, you know, even if it's like completely worn out. And this piece was, you know, you couldn't bear anything any more out than this piece was, I think. So something else I wanted to say. So I forgot. Yes, you can use them also for kitchens. Ja, Uschi. Die funktionieren auch wunderbar für die Küche. Ja, hi, mein Schatz, da bin ich wieder. And yeah, sure I will. Let's see if she's going to like it. So yeah, the finish is a little more silky than the chalk paints, but and they're a little smoother to the touch also. They have a built-in sealer also, so you don't need to seal them. But Uschi, if I would use them for a kitchen, I definitely would put Gatorhide on top, you know, just to be on the safe side. But I've used them on my bathroom cupboards, and they're doing fine. They're doing absolutely fine. Sweet color. Unusual for me, but I think I quite like it. And this is one of those areas I really appreciate the mini brush, you know, because I haven't got much room to work in, you know, so this makes life a lot easier. I'm still touching the top, but it makes life a lot easier. So applying the paint, you always go, or you should go with the wood grain. That's what I'm doing here also. Like this, the wood grain. If you have like the normal brushes, you have a little trouble. You reach the top even earlier. You know, if you have like one of the normal length brushes, you know, it's like, how do you want to work in there? So that's the reason I love my mini brush. As I said, those paints are also water-based. So you can also mix them with each other. What you shouldn't do, you shouldn't mix those paints with the Becky. Becky, das sind die Silk All-in-One Mineral Paints von Dixievel. Das sind diese hier, die Silk All-in-One Mineral Paints von Dixievel und die yeah, well, I mean, Michelle, that's me, guys. I always try to get better, but this is just me. I'm sorry. Color-wise, some, you know, I mean, those are definitely, you know, not really my colors. But I thought sometimes you have to do something what you usually don't do, just to have something different. And maybe even I like those colors at the end. I think this is going to be sweet on this thing. You can see the coverage is fantastic. So I've got to be careful now that I'm not dipping the brush in the wrong jar. Mrs. Bailey. So one day I will have a nice working area with loads of space and great camera space. I will have a cameraman who is following me all the way around. So this is what I'm going for. Ja, wenn du sie aufträgst, ist sie ja auch heller. Gut, das ist jetzt auch durch das Licht, ne? Also das ist jetzt auch durch das Licht. Und aufgetragen wird sie sowieso dunkler, ne? Das ist, wenn sie trocknet. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Stay with the right color. I'm gonna do the inside here now. And again, this is just the first coat I'm applying. And this wood is a total bleeder. This even when I scrubbed it down, it was there was like the red just like still coming out of it. It's a bit tricky piece to paint, but I'll be alright. Just gonna do the inside also, make sure I've got everything covered. I've got to put one of the paints down before I throw it. I can see that happening. You probably as well. You probably first, then I do. Hi Linda, another Linda. Hi to Annapolis. That sounds So, and the same thing appeals to those paints. You don't need to prep your piece apart from cleaning really nice. So this is what you have to do with all the paints, as if there's like any grease or anything on there, no paint is going to stick. And you can already see, if you look down here, it's already starting to dry there. So it's drying darker than you apply it, you know. You can see that nicely there. So this is what you have to keep in mind with those paints. So see, do piece here. And as this piece was definitely in the kitchen, as this is something you can hang your cups on and stand your plates on, stuff like that, it was very yucky. So I think I'm quite okay with this color. I think I quite like it. You never know. Maybe I'll start painting in those colors in the future time. What do you think? Hi, Erin. It is beautiful, isn't it? It is beautiful. So, as I said, it's not usually my colors to paint in, but it is a gorgeous color. I absolutely agree. Also doing the back of this piece, I don't want to have any of the yucky wood showing through at the end, because as I said, this piece was pretty disgusting. Sorry, I'm just painting off screen now. I'm just doing the back of this piece, so I'll be with you in a second on the front so you can see a little more. Obviously, those smaller width details are easier to, I would usually use a smaller brush for that, but as I'm just having this at the moment for the other bits and pieces, I'm not going to swap brushes at the moment. So you can see the coverage is just as nicely as the chalk paints. The wood is pretty rough also. I could have probably even used the premium chip brush or something like that to make sure I'm getting in all those crevices and stuff like that. But I'll be all right. So, just doing the top here now. And it goes on a lot smoother than the usual chalk mineral paints. This is the first coat, guys. You know, this is just the first coat. You can see that this is just like just the same great coverage. So let's see how we do that without messing everything up. Tricky piece. So spindles I definitely would use a round brush or something like it. Just gonna go around those sides here. Instagram, a little over. So I'm always choosing pieces which don't make life very easy for me on camera with being on my own. But, you know, You grow with your... Ja, absolut, Uschi. Funktioniert wunderbar. Also Slick Stick unten drunter und Gator halt oben drüber. Das funktioniert ganz prima. You can use, if you have very slippery surfaces, like glass or something like that, you use Slick Stick underneath, you know, or ceramics or something like that. You can use Slick Stick underneath and you can put Gator hide on top. So that also works with those paints. But you don't have to. You don't have to seal them. They have a built-in base coat and they have a built-in sealer. Why the base coat is not that much of a bonding primer, but it is a stain blocker. So that's what works nicely. And yes, I'm being attacked by a shelf. This is correct. That's how I feel. So, and you can see the paint dries just as quick. Hang on, guys. I've just got to paint the inside of it. I have at least the first coat on. Well, at least I'm giving you something to love, don't I? Times are serious enough at the moment, so a good laugh is always needed, isn't it? I'm gonna do the bottom piece. Well-being is on again. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate everybody who is on. And guys, if you haven't done it yet, I really would love if you follow my page. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And if you want to, you can also sprinkle this video if you like to. Just feel free to invite your friends. So, first coat on top there also from the inside. And I think this color goes perfectly with this cute little shelf. This is just nicely. And it is already pretty dry, as you can see. You know, this is, I've just painted on here again, but on top here, this is already dry, this area. So, and this is drying a little darker than it appears in the jar. So, guys, let the games begin. Just a little more around here. Those edges. The wood is pretty rough. As I said, I could have used probably the premium chip brush or something like that with a bit tougher bristles and not wearing my nice little now I'm hiding the paint behind there. Hang on. Here we go. And not wearing out my nice mini brush. Okay. I'm going to put the second coat on now as it is pretty dry on here. So as I said, when you paint on glass or something like that, I would recommend to put some Slick Stick underneath. But apart from that, you can paint straight onto the wood. And this piece is a really heavy bleeder. So it's got loads of edges and corners, so it's and as I said, there are gonna come some roses on top. So let's see. Second coat on here also. Get it nicely into the corners. And if you want to keep the benefits of this paint, don't use any water. If you don't care for the benefits, of course you can use water. You can mix the Silk All-in-One Mineral Paints with each other. You shouldn't mix them with the chalk mineral paints. So, hi Lisa, another Lisa, loads of Lisas around. No, Grete, you don't. It's got a built-in stain blocker, so that's the reason I'm using it like this on here now without any boss. And this piece is heavy bleeding. So that's what Isabel says anyway. So I've tried it before, I was fine. You see with this piece, as this is pretty light color, but I'm sure I'll be fine. So now I'm going to come in with a tiny dash of the Helden olive, because this is what I want to work in to the corners a little bit. I'm taking my flat small now. This is the flat small by Dixie Belle, as I only want to have like a tiny little bit, and I'm going to do a bit of a dabbing motion to work that in and blend those a little together. So that's what my plan is on doing. And the same thing over here. So you can blend them, you know, they said you can't blend them. You can blend them. They're just like slightly different than the chalk paints, as you shouldn't use any water, you know, but I'll bring that a little up to you. You see that? This little aging on the edge there. So you can mix those into each other. So that works. You know, it's as I said, it's different to the chalk minerals, but it is fine. And around the edges a little. Just spread it out. You know, as long as the paints are still wet, that works. You know? So that's basically the look I'm going for. You know me, oops, there was a little much. I'm not going for the clean look. Never do that. That's not me. I'm not going that far. I'm using colors I'm usually not using, but I'm not losing my style. So, and this is just the Helden olive is to age those areas a little bit. So let's see. Just a tiny dash, go around, move that into it a little. Lots of time, 35 minutes already. So, okay, let's go to the bottom part. Put the second coat of the inside there. I'm just doing the aging on the outside. I'm not worried about the shelving itself. And it is already dry. I don't need to dry it, you know. Just use thin coats. You've seen the coverage. You know, you don't need to put thick coats on there. So thank you, Linda. Of course, she's making me like it. I'm happy, Michelle. I'm happy. So this is yeah, those olive colors you can do a lot with, you know. But I think Helden olive would also be absolutely gorgeous if you mix it with the conch, which is that pink, which is almost like tea rose. But I thought the tea rose will be too much like the the roses which are going to go on there, because they're going to be light pink. So I want to have them pop a little when they go on. So and you see a lot of very clean painted pieces as those paints go on, very, very smooth. They're really a joy to work with. It's really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. So obviously, if you want to have like those really smooth blending experiences, like those, you know, like I've just done with my golden cranberry, which is around the corner, which is, yes, being attacked by the shelf again, which is around the corner there. You know, like this, like we've done on that piece, then you're better off using the chalk mineral paints. But if you want to have, like a one color or two colored look, or have it just like this, a little aged look, that's perfect using those. That's absolutely fine. Well, wrong color. Anything else to say? Forget something? Let me think. Do you have any questions to those paints, guys? Thank you, Uschi. Ja, Uschi, es gibt Farbkarten. Die sind aber auch wieder in gedruckter Form, also digital nur. Und ich habe im Augenblick leider keine mehr. Ich warte händeringend auf Lieferung von Dixie-Bell. Aber wegen Brexit und so weiter ist das gerade etwas schwierig. Das ist, der Zoll kriegt das eben noch nicht auf die Reihe. So. They do have paint... what are they called? Paint cards. Paint. How do you call them? Paint cards, color cards. So they do have those. As I am waiting at the moment, again for them. So again, just like a tiny on those edges to get the Hampton olive on there, just to mix the color a little on there, to age it. It was a bit much. I'm gonna go over with the whatever area you don't like, you know, again, just try it out. If you don't like it, paint over it. That's always working. So adding a dash of the Hampton olive on there, on those edges. So now I'm gonna go right across to move it. They have a slight longer open time in comparison to the chalk mineral paints. So you can work them together a little longer, so you don't need the water at the beginning, you know, to that quick than you would with the chalk mineral paints. So It's a bit too much Hampton Olive for me there, so I'm just going to come in with my Serenity to cover that a little more. So, and that's basically the look I'm going for at the end. I'm going to bring that a little closer. So this is a little aged. It's the Serenity and the Hampton Olive, a little mixed into each other. And this is going to be pimped up with some roses at the end, which I think is going to go pretty nicely together. So, and on the inside here, you can see already, again, where it's getting a little darker. This is basically where the paint has already dried, you know, so they dry a little darker than they are in the jar. So, okay, I said before, you shouldn't mix the, let's see if there's any questions. Ja, Uschi, Silikonfugen müssen entfernt werden. Tja, Silikon. If anybody has got an idea how to get silicone out of the, you know, when you have tiles or something like that, you're very welcome to share with us. So, so yes, you can find them also on the Dixie Belle page. That's correct, Grady. Obviously, I have the colors in my shop also, so you can find those there also. So you shouldn't mix the Silk All-in-One mineral paints with the chalk mineral paints, like making a new color. There's my coffee. I want my coffee now. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. But you obviously you can paint a base with the chalk mineral paint and stencil over it with the Silk All-in-One mineral paint, or the other way around. Of course, you can do that. You just shouldn't mix those paints with each other, you know. So I've also already mixed the Silk All-in-One mineral paints with the Best-Thing wax in clear to make a wax, you know, a colored wax. I've got a knot in my tongue, guys. I'm sorry. I've been on in German early on, so my tongue is like blah, blah, blah. So, guys, do you have any more questions? I'm so excited for you in the US. I'm happy that you're getting those paints now. So I still have to check. There've been 2 retailers who asked me to send them some of the Silk All-in-One mineral paint because I wanted to try it earlier. And the postage to the US is, you know, already taken 6 weeks or something like that. This is ridiculous. So I'm so sorry for that. So we see they have the paints now there and they still haven't received the delivery. So whatever. I can't, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela and I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for Dixie Belle over here in Frankfurt in Germany. So I'm so happy you joined me tonight. And yeah, if you haven't done it, guys, please pop over to my page, leave me a like there. If you want to shop the products, go to the Dixie Belle page and check for your local retailer. I'm one of their retailers too, so I'm happy to help you also, but please always check for your local retailer first. So you know, every one of us needs the business at the moment. It's tough times for everybody, so don't miss the others out. Guys, I love you so much for being with me. You take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye. Gute Nacht, ihr Lieben. Bye-bye. Thank you for being with me.